So why Project Kadachi? Well, the last gaming rig that I bought, I named it Rathalos. You can actually look that up in the channel. It's called codename Rathalos. But the reasoning I did that is because Rathalos is a downright beast of a monster, and therefore that was a beast of a gaming rig. So this particular one, since it was going to be a laptop and the objective was kind of like portability, I thought a little bit more agility, you know, that kind of thing. Not to mention that despite the fact that in a straight up fight, most likely a Rathalos would beat the crap out of a Tobii Kadachi, the Tobii Kadachi would still give it a run for its money. That's where the name Project Kadachi comes from.
This is the hour, the darkest place. Dante's Inferno, the devil's maze. It's a good world, good world going bad.
Well, that was a weird cut, Rurikhan. Well, the thing is, the camera on my phone tends to make the phone overheat for some strange reason, which is something that I didn't even know was a thing until I switched to an Android phone last year. And essentially, when it overheats, it stops working and therefore stops me from capturing more B-roll, which I intended to make this particular transition a little bit smoother. But anyway, I'm gonna drink some coffee and I'll get back to you. Right, where was I? Yes, overheating camera on the phone. So the camera on my phone tends to overheat. When it overheats, I can't capture footage, which is a major bummer. Now, I actually planned on using the camera on this phone basically since I started doing these types of videos, but it turns out that is not a viable solution. Therefore, another part of Project Kadachi must be me working out a solution with the cameras that I do have and the audio equipment that I do have to kind of make a camera, well, not really make a camera, but to create a solution using all of these things that kind of works for me in terms of me actually capturing footage, which is not just this camera that we're working with right now. It also involves another camera, which is a GoPro. But basically, suffice it to say that there are a lot of moving parts in Project Kadachi. Okay, so first things first, what are these 3 bags that I've been carrying around today? Well, that right there is where I have my PS4 as well as a bunch of games, and I even have my Switch on there as well. And basically I have 2 consoles, a couple of games on there, and some assortment of cables and stuff. This right here is where we have Project Kadachi. So we got the laptop, the power source, the microphone, all of that stuff is in there. And then this bag is a couple of things that we're going to be unboxing today, which will both increase to the hardware that we already have available for Project Kadachi, as well as solve our current camera problem, which is with this camera that I'm filming on, which is my phone camera, and the problem with it overheating and stuff. And we're not going to be solving the problem by using the phone and the camera in the phone. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. We're going to be solving it by using another one of my cameras. So let's tackle that particular problem first. Wait, I forgot something. There. Okay, so when it comes to the camera situation, what exactly do we have available to us and what should we do with it? Well, we have a camcorder, which is the one that's recording this right now. So, however, there is a downside to this particular camcorder, and the downside is it does not have a mic input. Therefore, we would be limited to the microphone of the camera itself, which, let's face it, is not going to be that great. Then, beyond the camcorder, what else we have? We have a GoPro. Now, the GoPro also does not have a mic input, therefore puts us in the same problem. The GoPro, in fact, has an additional problem, which is no viewfinder. So we got a camcorder with no microphone, we got a GoPro with no microphone and no viewfinder, but the thing is, the GoPro is an extremely light camera, unlike the camcorder, which is slightly heavier. Now, beyond all of this, we also have our phone. Now, what is the problem with the phone? The phone overheats. Phone overheats, therefore we cannot use the phone camera. However, we can use the phone as a mic because the phone does have a microphone. So essentially we can record with any of these two cameras and then record audio with the microphone. But to me, that is not enough because what I want is more of an all-in-one solution. So in comes an old phone that I have, which is actually an old iPhone. I believe it is iPhone 4. If I'm not mistaken, I actually don't know which one it is, but I think it's an iPhone 4. Now, the iPhone 4, what can it fix for us? Well, the iPhone 4 can essentially become the viewfinder. The iPhone 4 can become the viewfinder for the GoPro. What do we need for that? Well, we would need a tripod, which we also have. So, what I'm going to do is assemble, hopefully, some kind of a solution in which I combine the GoPro, the iPhone 4, the tripod, and my own phone as a mic input even, and then we will have a solution where I can record audio with my own phone, I can record video with the GoPro, and I will have the viewfinder of the iPhone 4 to work so that I can actually set up my shots with the GoPro. And at the very end of it, we still have the regular camcorder, which can still be used to capture B-roll. Does that make sense? No? Don't worry about it. Maybe once you'll see it, you'll understand it better.
affairs. Half the people die while the rest of us are splitting hairs. It's a good world gone bad.
Okay, and this is the camera situation that we were trying to create just now on this particular video. And you guys can see the type of quality that we can expect from the GoPro Hero 4, which is, in my opinion, a really good quality camera. And one of the reasons why I wanted to use it, not only we can have cool shots like this one, but we can also have some really wide angle shots like this one, which the camera is essentially in the same position, but the GoPro has this really cool wide lens that allows me to do some pretty cool stuff. And now hopefully you guys can see why I wanted to go with the GoPro. I mean, it just allows me to do so much more stuff. Now you guys can see that even in low light settings, the GoPro can still kind of like pull its own weight. Right now we are going through the office space where I have my studio, and it's just really cool to be able to do this whilst having a viewfinder, because I can say stuff like, for instance, hey, you guys see that door back there? That right there is where we have the studio, and we can just go in there using this. It's just such a good setup. It just allows me to really be much more free and be able to just show you guys so many more things. It does provide me with a little bit more flexibility in the type of videos that I can now do by using this particular setup. So hopefully you guys get the idea as to why I wanted to do this. And now back to Project Kadachi. I told you guys that I got another part, and this right here is the next piece of the puzzle. So this is the AverMedia Live Gamer Portable 2 Plus. And like I said, the reason why I wanted this one is because it's got that 4K pass-through that you can see right there on the 4K. It's got 4K pass-through and it can record without a computer. Now, being able to record footage without a computer is friggin' fantastic whenever you go to something like Gamescom or E3 or whatever, so that you don't have to lug around a heavy laptop, which even though I could do that now that we have Project Kadachi, I still don't want to have to do that particular thing. I want to have as much flexibility as possible, and that is why we're getting this. So let's take a look and see what this particular capture card looks like. Now, I don't know why someone thought that it's like, hey, let's shape this like a Toblerone bar. Like, I don't know if they think, oh, it's designer. It's like, why couldn't it just be a regular square? Like, I don't understand why it has to be so whatever. Anyway, it looks like it's got some chat inputs in here. I don't know exactly what's the deal with these. And we also have some pluses and minuses. I'll have to test out what these buttons do. And then on here, I also don't know what, wait, is this? Oh, this is so that you can swap between using PC mode or card mode. So you can just like have a card in here. Speaking of cards, looks like it's a micro SD, which is pretty much the same stuff that we have on our GoPro Hero 4 here. So I can just hook one of those up in here and I will have a solution to record without a computer. Then we have our usual pass-through cables over here, and we have a button to record here. Anyway, let's take a look inside, see what else we get with this particular this particular capture card. We have a quick guide manual. It's probably instructions on how to download the drivers or maybe how to hook up the cables or something, but I've used plenty of capture cards, so I know by now. It looks like they sent us an audio cable, which again, I'm not exactly sure what they expect me to do with these two things, but they did send us an audio cable. Like, I don't want to use this because let me tell you something about these cables. These cables fucking suck. Okay, these cables will pass all kind of noise through, and they're just annoying as hell. You need a cable like this that has something called a ground loop isolator. Otherwise, don't buy these cables for any kind of computer solution because they're worthless. Then we have oh wow, this is a really high quality USB cable. Look at, it's even got the gold plated cables. Like, yeah, it's gold plating. He's like, gives a shit about gold plating, come on. And we have an HDMI cable, and it is a little bit smaller than what I would like, if I'm to be honest. I'd like it to be a little bit bigger. How about, tell you what, don't send me this cable next time, okay? You can grab this cable, toss it in the trash, and instead of that, send me a bigger one of these, much better. And that's pretty much all we have on here. And with this, we pretty much conclude Project Kadachi. As you guys can see, we have a laptop that we can use to both play video games on PC as well as record footage as well as live stream. I've tested this already with a different capture card. I still need to put that particular capture card through its paces. But we got the laptop here for all of our gaming editing needs. We naturally got ourselves a mouse as well. We have the microphone for all of our recording with good audio stuff. And this microphone, I've tested it out. This is a fantastic microphone. I love this thing. This thing is awesome. With the built-in compressor, it's a completely different quality of life. Then in there we have the capture card. Now the capture card is the one thing that I still have to test, which means I might still do another video on Project Kadachi once I have it set up in my place. And then we have the new camera kind of thingy-majig that we've created in order to get some more selfie footage, so to speak. And this camera, I actually really like the setup. Again, what I don't like is this particular tripod. But yeah, guys, this is Project Kadachi. I will have further updates later down the line, and you can expect some new interesting videos using this bad boy construction right here. Thank you very much for watching. As per usual, if you guys enjoyed this particular video, consider subscribing, hit the bell icon, all of that good stuff so that you actually receive notifications to all of my future videos. And I'll keep you guys updated on the stuff that I do with Project Kadachi, but you can expect more content creation coming your way. Peace out.